Have you ever been on a plane and wondered, what exactly do I have control over once we're up in the sky? You buckle up, listen to the safety instructions, feel the engines roar beneath you, and before you know it, you're airborne. The pilot is flying the plane, the weather is doing what it wants, and all you can do is sit back and hope for a smooth ride. It's a strange thing, isn't it? That mix of trust, uncertainty, and surrender. I once took a flight from Los Angeles to New York, and what happened still makes me smile to this day. I boarded the plane like any other passenger, quietly settling into my seat. Just as I was getting comfortable, a stewardess walked up with a bright smile and said, "Welcome on board, sir. We guarantee takeoff." I looked at her and asked, "What about landing?" Without skipping a beat, she looked at me knowingly and said, "Pray to the God for a safe landing." That one sentence held more truth than she might have realized. Because whether we like it or not, so many parts of our life are just like that flight, beyond our control. When the plane takes off, we have absolutely no say in how it happens. The engines, the speed, the pilot's training, it's all out of our hands. The same goes for the landing. Sometimes it's smooth, barely a bump. Other times it's shaky and rough, but either way, it's not something we can manage from our seat. All we can do is trust. And then there's the turbulence, the bumpy, unpredictable moments during the flight when the whole aircraft seems to rattle and dance with the clouds. None of us got to pick our parents, our hometown, the color of our skin, or even the era we were born into. People hold their breath, grip their armrests, say silent prayers. We don't control the wind, the air pockets, the unexpected shakes that come out of nowhere. Sound familiar? Because life is exactly like that. We didn't choose our takeoff, our birth. It was handed to us like a boarding pass, with no option to customize the flight path. Some of us were born into comfort, others into challenge, but regardless, the beginning was never ours to decide. And just like the landing of a flight, our final destination, our death, is also not ours to schedule. We may have preferences. I've heard many friends say, "I just want to go quickly. No pain, no hospitals, no trouble." And I understand that desire. We want dignity. We want peace. But even that is out of our hands, the way we go. And when it's like asking the pilot midair for a specific kind of landing, we can wish, but we can't steer. Now, let's talk about that bumpy part of the flight, the turbulence. Number one, because that's where most of us struggle. Not at the start, not even thinking about the end, but right in the messy middle. Illness shows up uninvited. People we love hurt us. Money becomes tight. Our bodies change. Our strength doesn't last like it used to. There are good days and bad ones. And sometimes we don't even know which kind of day it'll be until we've already lived it. That's the turbulence. It's unpredictable. It can rattle us. But here's the beautiful truth. While we may not control the start or the end, and not even the weather along the way, we do control one very important thing: how we spend the time between takeoff and landing. Just like on a flight, some people choose to sleep through the whole journey. Others get anxious and grip the seat the whole time. Some chat with strangers, make new friends, laugh, enjoy a glass of wine, or simply look out the window in wonder. The flight is the same, but the experience is completely different. It's no different in life. Some people, when life gets turbulent, shut down. They become bitter. They carry pain like heavy luggage, refusing to let go. Others distract themselves endlessly, avoiding the discomfort. But there are also those who choose to live fully, who choose to smile despite the aches, to forgive despite the wounds, to learn, to grow, to make peace with the things they can't change, and to find joy in the little choices that they can make. Spirituality, in its simplest form, is learning to make those good choices, especially when life doesn't go the way we hope. It's not about rituals or rules. It's about how we respond when things don't go our way. Do we blame the pilot, complain about the clouds, or do we focus on our seat, our attitude, our moment? I often remind myself of this saying, when we are born beautiful, that's God's gift to us. But when we live beautifully, that's our gift to God. Isn't that lovely? Every smile we share, every kind word, every act of patience, it all counts. It all makes a difference. Being born male or female is a matter of birth. But when the doctor gives you news you didn't expect, or a child you raised now speaks to you like a stranger, or your body simply won't do the things it used to, what then? We may not choose how we look, or how long we live, or what life throws at us, but we can choose how we show up in the face of it all. Some of us, especially as we get older, start feeling like our choices don't matter anymore, that life has already played out most of its big scenes. But I want to say to you right now, that is not true, not even close. Every day that we wake up is a new leg of the journey. Becoming a gentleman or a gentlewoman, that's a matter of choice. It's never too late to make that choice. It's never too late to live with grace, to walk with calm, to speak with love, even when the skies are shaking. You may be in a chapter of life where the plane feels like it's descending. You may be in more on even a chapter. The ride might be quieter, the flight might seem shorter, but I'm here to tell you, the story isn't over. Your presence, your wisdom, your experience, these are gifts the world still needs. And how you choose to live this part of your flight, well, that's entirely up to you. Sometimes, when we talk about life like it's a flight, it helps us see things a little more clearly. Because when you're up in the air, surrounded by clouds and stars and the endless blue, you realize how small some of our worries really are and how powerful our choices can be. Number 2, and let's be honest, the older we get, the more we understand this. Life moves fast, and not everything deserves the weight we give it. But let's get real for a moment. What does it actually mean to choose well when everything feels like it's falling apart? It sounds nice in theory, right? In those moments, it doesn't feel like we're sitting peacefully on a plane. It feels like we're clinging to the seat in the middle of a storm. And yet, even then, something powerful remains. That inner space where no turbulence can reach, the space where we decide how we'll carry what life gives us. Will we carry it with resentment or with courage? Will we sink into bitterness, or will we let it shape us, soften us, maybe even strengthen us? It's in those quiet, unseen moments that the real choices are made. The choice to get out of bed even when everything aches. The choice to be kind to someone who wasn't kind to us. The choice to laugh when tears might have come easier. That's not weakness. That's strength. That's dignity. That's wisdom. The kind only life, and yes, age, can teach you. See, one of the greatest lies people are told as they grow older is that they become less important, that their story is ending, that their role is done. But you and I both know that's not true. In fact, some of the most meaningful chapters of our lives are the ones written after 60. That's when all the experience, all the lessons, all the truths we've gathered finally begin to settle into something deeper. We no longer chase every little thing. We no longer worry so much about what others think. We begin to see what truly matters. Peace, connection, forgiveness, joy. I've seen people with so little live with so much grace. So I ask you now, what are you choosing to carry on this journey? Maybe you've been holding on to a grudge that's heavy in your heart. After all, no one gets on a plane with 10 suitcases strapped to their back. We travel light so we can move freely, breathe easily. Life is no different. These are not things we find in youth. These are things we earn, slowly, quietly, over time. Number 3, and here's something I've learned on my own journey. The quality of the flight depends less on the weather and more on the traveler. I've seen elders in pain smile and encourage others, while people with all the comforts of life still carry anger in their eyes. It's not about what we have. It's about what we hold on to. Some carry fear, some carry faith, some carry old wounds, others carry hope. Maybe there's someone you haven't spoken to in years. Maybe you've said to yourself, "It's too late to fix it. I'm too old to change." But what if that's not true? What if this moment right now is your chance to let go of the baggage that no longer serves you? The lighter we are emotionally, spiritually, the better we can enjoy what time we have left. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting. It doesn't mean pretending something didn't hurt. It means we stop letting it control us. We take the lesson, we release the pain, and we walk forward. That, my friend, is true strength. You may think, well, I've lived this way for so long. Can I really change now? And the answer is yes. Absolutely yes. Every day is a fresh chance to choose differently. If you've spent a lifetime worrying, maybe now is your time to practice peace. If you've always been hard on yourself, maybe now you can be gentle. If you've been holding on to regret, maybe now is the time to forgive yourself or someone else. The beauty of being older is that you finally realize how precious time is. We stop wasting it on things that don't matter, and that makes every choice we do make even more meaningful. You know, I once sat next to an elderly woman on a flight. She was quiet at first, but as we spoke, she told me she'd lost her husband 10 years earlier. She said, "I thought my life was over after he died, but it turns out I still had a lot of living to do." She went on to tell me how she'd started volunteering, traveling, reading again. "I thought my joy went with him," she said, "but it was actually still inside me, just waiting to be noticed." That moment stayed with me because it reminded me that even when we think the best parts of our story are over, they might just be beginning. And sometimes, the most beautiful thing we can do is simply begin again. So, as we continue on this journey, this flight called life, I invite you to look around. Not with fear, not with sadness, but with a quiet strength. With a heart that says, "I've made it this far. I've been through storms. I felt lost, but I'm still here, and I still have something to give." The glow may not be as loud or fast as it once was, but it's deeper now, softer, more powerful in its quiet. It's a kind of light that comes from within, from understanding, from grace, from patience, and from letting go of the idea that you need to prove anything to anyone anymore. You still have something to give, not just to the world, but to yourself. You've earned the right to feel peace. You've earned the right to walk each day with your head held high, knowing that the path behind you, no matter how smooth or rocky, brought you to this moment. And this moment matters. I've often said that growing older isn't about fading out. It's about shining differently. You've already proven it by living, by enduring, by loving, by continuing forward, even when you didn't know where the road would take you. And if you've made it through heartbreak, through loss, through illness, through change, then you know that resilience is not just a word in a book. It's a truth written into your story. A story that still has pages waiting to be filled. So if today your body moves a little slower, that's okay. If your memory doesn't always keep up, that's okay too. Those things don't define your worth. Number 4. What defines your worth is the choice to keep showing up with honesty and heart. You know, when a flight hits turbulence, the pilot doesn't quit flying, the crew doesn't panic. Everyone leans into their roles and does what they can, and the plane keeps moving forward. It might shake, it might drop suddenly, but it keeps flying, and we keep going. That's life. Sometimes the winds of grief hit hard. Sometimes loneliness sneaks in through the quiet of the afternoon. Sometimes the world feels like it's moving on without us. But remember this, you're not forgotten, you're not irrelevant, and you are never too old to feel joy, to create meaning, or to find new beginnings. Let this stage of your life be the one where you travel light emotionally and spiritually. Don't carry regrets like heavy bags. Don't let fear strap itself to your shoulders. You need to impress anyone. You only need to feel proud of who you are when you look in the mirror. I've met so many seniors who've told me, if I could go back, I would spend less time worrying and more time being grateful. Well, the past is done, but today is here, and there's still time to choose gratitude, to notice the sunlight through the window, to listen to the birds outside, to laugh at an old memory, to smile at a stranger. Gratitude doesn't need big things. Sometimes it's found in a cup of tea, a call from a friend, a quiet walk in the garden. It's in the small, gentle moments that remind us we're still alive, and that life, even now, is still good. And here's something else I want you to remember. You don't have to do everything alone. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to lean on others. In fact, it's brave. We're not meant to carry our lives in silence. Connection is one of the most powerful things we can give and receive, especially now. Maybe your circle has gotten smaller. Maybe some people have gone. But you're still here, and you still have the power to brighten someone's day with a word, a gesture, a story. That gentle truth that whispers. You don't need to rush. You don't need to chase. Just be here. Because being here fully, peacefully, gratefully is enough. You don't need to climb mountains anymore. You've already climbed so many. Maybe now is the time to rest beside the stream, to enjoy the view, to tell your story, to pass along your wisdom, to simply breathe deeply and slowly, knowing that you have lived and are still living a meaningful life. A phone call, a chat over coffee, a shared memory, those things matter more than you know. Number 5, you don't need grand gestures. Your presence alone is a gift. And just as important as connecting with others is connecting with yourself. When was the last time you truly listened to what your heart is saying? Not the voices of doubt, not the noise of fear, but the quiet wisdom that says you're doing just fine. And when that final landing comes, as it eventually does for us all, it won't matter whether the flight was always smooth or turbulent. What will matter is how we showed up in the air. Did we love? Did we grow? Did we forgive? Did we find joy in the clouds? That's the beauty of a life well lived. Not perfect, but present. Not always easy, but deeply real. So, thank you for still choosing to live with heart, for being here with me today, for taking this moment for yourself. If no one's told you lately you are valued, you are seen, you are not alone. You still have so much light in you, and it shines in ways the world needs. Here's to traveling light. Here's to making good choices. And here's to flying on with courage, with kindness, and with peace in your heart. There's something sacred about reaching this stage of life. It's like walking through the final chapters of a great book, not because the story is ending, but because everything is finally coming together. All the lessons, all the joys, all the heartbreak. They begin to make more sense. They soften us. They remind us what truly matters. And what matters most, more than anything else, is how we choose to live the time we have now. So let me ask you right here, right now. Number 6. If this life truly is a flight, how do you want to spend the rest of your journey? Maybe you want to forgive someone, or maybe you want to forgive yourself. Maybe you've been holding on to something for too long, a regret, a loss, a missed chance, and it's time to set it down. Maybe you've been waiting for permission to slow down, to breathe deeper, to just be still. Well, consider this your permission. You've earned that peace. It's natural to guard what remains, but the heart is stronger than we think. It doesn't close up forever. It just waits for a safe place to bloom again. And maybe that place is here, maybe it's now. Maybe the safest place is inside yourself, where you finally know who you are and what you deserve. Don't let anyone make you believe your best years are behind you. They may not be the loudest years or the fastest, but they can be the wisest, the most peaceful, and yes, even the most joyful. These are the things that stay, You may not realize this, but someone out there is watching you. A grandchild, a neighbor, a caregiver, a stranger at the park. Maybe, like many others, you've been afraid to open your heart again after losing people you love. Joy at this age looks different. It's quieter, but it's deeper. It's the joy of presence, of simplicity, of knowing you don't have to prove anything anymore, and you don't need a long list of accomplishments to feel fulfilled. Sometimes, the most meaningful legacy we leave behind isn't in what we did. It's in how we were. Were we kind? Were we patient? Did we listen when someone needed to be heard? Did we offer a warm smile when the world felt cold? These are the things people remember. They see your calm, your resilience, your quiet wisdom, and they are learning from it. You're teaching even now, not through lectures or advice, but through how you live. So, please don't underestimate your influence. It may not be shouted from stages, but it's felt in living rooms and conversations and silent acts of grace. That too is power. And if the flight has felt heavy lately, if the days have felt too quiet, or the body too tired, remember this: the soul does not age. The body may bend, but the spirit stands tall. It still hopes, it still sings, it still believes, and it still has room to grow. What a gift that is, to keep growing. So, wherever you are right now, whether you're in a cozy home surrounded by memories or sitting quietly with just your thoughts, know this: you are not finished. Your story is still unfolding. Your heart still has something to say, and you still have the power to live beautifully. Maybe today is the day to call someone you've been thinking about. Maybe it's the day to take a walk in the sun, to breathe in fresh air, and remind yourself, I'm here, I'm alive, and that is enough. Maybe it's the day to start something new, a hobby, a letter, a prayer, and maybe it's just the day to rest, to sit with a warm drink and let yourself be, not doing, not fixing, not planning, just being. That's enough too. This life, this flight, is yours, and every moment you choose peace over fear, gratitude over complaint, compassion over judgment, you are flying well. You are living with grace, and that is the greatest journey of all. So thank you. Thank you for sharing your time, your heart, and your presence with me. If something in this message touched you, I invite you to share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's talk. Let's connect. Because no matter our age, we all still need one another. And you never know who might be uplifted by your words. If you found comfort here today, please consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel. There's more to come. More encouragement, more wisdom, more reminders that aging isn't the end. It's a sacred continuation. Here's to the journey ahead, however long, however winding, however unexpected. It is still yours to live. May your heart stay open, may your soul stay light, and may you always remember, you are never too old to start again. You are never too late to feel alive, and you are always, always worthy of peace. Here's to living your best life at any age. Thank you for being here, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe our YouTube channel for more videos. See you until next time. Keep flying with love. Take care.